CBS News Bay Area Afternoon Edition with Ann Mekovic.
Right now on the afternoon edition, day one of the teachers' strike for San Francisco Public Schools. Parents waiting for word on how long this is going to last. Thanks for joining us this Monday. We are also following some breaking news in the city after a cable car jumped its tracks, injuring two people. We have a crew heading to that scene right now. But meantime, happening, that teachers union strike, the district and the teachers union back at the bargaining table as we speak. The union presenting its counter offer right now, including some demands on health care plans.
We've received a partial offer than what we've heard promising. Right now we have health care at 75% on the table. Our team is coming back. We demand 100% coverage for dependents on our health care.
The district says they want the strike to end today. Superintendent Maria Sue said they want to reach an agreement, but said the money just isn't there for all the demands.
San Francisco Unified School District does not have unlimited funds. We are managing a structural deficit, and we are currently still under state oversight. These realities shape every decision that we have to make.
Well, Veronica Macias has been out talking to teachers all morning. She joins us live now from Civic Center Plaza. Do we have any idea how long this thing is going to last?
No timeline at all for it. And we do know that these teachers have decided to come here at the Civic Center. They were at their individual schools earlier this morning on the picket line, but coming together here during this lunch hour to show their numbers. And they say, hey, listen, educators, we don't want to be out here. No one wanted this strike. But despite for calls of a cooling off period, the United Educators of San Francisco say they needed to be on this strike to push for quality education within San Francisco schools. Being out here, of course, they say they're concerned about their students losing out on learning during these days of strike. And they're also concerned about themselves and their livelihoods. Every day that they continue to be on this strike, their paychecks here are at risk. They're at risk of coming up short for rent within the next month. So what was on the table so far? We know that over the weekend, they met for hours. The latest offer coming from the district was a 3% increase this year and a 3% increase next year with a $24,000 health benefits allowance. And there was a deal, though, an agreement here reached over sanctuary district policies, which I'm told the district had been pushing back on for months. For financial reasons, though, the district has said they cannot give teachers what they have been asking for. Initially, they had been demanding a 9 to 14% increase over the next 2 years. And some of the teachers that I've talked to, some who say they have been with the district for 18 years, would much rather be in the classroom today. But they say they are pushing for quality education. Families are leaving San Francisco for other areas because of the public schools. Take a listen.
There are 8 teachers right here who may have lost their jobs by the end of the school year because we don't supposedly have the funding. That break in the continuity doesn't help the kids have a stable education. That teacher moving off to Berkeley or down the peninsula just to be able to afford their home.
They need and they deserve to have a fully staffed, fully funded schools. They need highly, effective, trained teachers and paras. And we have great people. We want to keep them.
So part of the reason these educators tell me they have decided to reject the latest offer coming from the district is because it included some setbacks, things that included cuts for programs, like when teachers want to take a sabbatical, that would be eliminated under this latest proposal. Now, what happens to these students during the strike? Teachers are concerned about it. We know that the district has sent out individual study packets for students to do within the next 5 days. But again, there is no timeline for how long this strike will last. We do know that parents are going to be updated on a daily basis. At around noon, they will know whether or not schools will be open the following day if there has been a deal reached, which my understanding is both sides right now at this hour are coming to the negotiating table once again. And it looks like both sides wanting this strike to come to an end. Ann.
Oh, yeah, so many people affected, these families having to figure out what to do with their kids. Tough spot. All right, Veronica Macias live for us in the city. Now, in the meantime, Mayor Lurie says that city leaders will make sure that children are provided for. That includes, during this strike, they are going to be handing out extra meals for students, lunch and breakfast for those who don't have it, extra hours of child care programs, community safety resources, they say, and also the public libraries will remain open.
I am just hopeful that they can come to an agreement. I would love for that to happen today. I think they're not that far apart, but I'll let the two of them discuss that.
Now, the last time San Francisco teachers hit the picket line was back in 1979. This is archived video of the strike that lasted almost 2 months. Yeah, hopefully that is not going to happen this time. While the union and the district go back and forth during the strike, we're going to have up-to-the-minute updates for you on when kids will be returning to class on our website, kpix.com, and the free CBS News app. All right, to our first alert weather now. Certainly a different picture than what we saw last week. Live look outside from our Salesforce tower camera looking north, and the clouds are a-building. Meteorologist Jessica Birch, fresh from vacation, back at it.
Jet lag's still real. And all right, here's the reality. We kick off this week nice and dry. It's cool, it's cloudy out there though. And then as early as tomorrow, that's when the rain returns. And that's the big story for us. Throughout the next 6 to 10 days, the Climate Prediction Center is showing above normal conditions for rainfall chances. And I want to start off with that in just a second. Let's start off also with current conditions. You take a look at our daytime highs today. We're in the 60s in San Jose, low 60s along the peninsula up into San Francisco. You pass that Golden Gate Bridge all the way up into wine country, upper 60s as we head outside this afternoon. But let's take a look at some other things going on. I already mentioned this, but the Climate Prediction Center, not only for the Bay Area, but for the whole West Coast, is showing above normal conditions for rainfall right around the corner throughout the next 6 to 10 days. And we get that first taste as early as tomorrow around 11 a.m. Now, the rain starts to get heavier as we head into the afternoon hours tomorrow. Light to moderate showers expected throughout our Tuesday evening and afternoon and evening forecast, I should say. And then as we head all the way into Wednesday, the center of this area of low pressure, it works in a counterclockwise direction. It's moving directly over the Bay Area, continuing to bring out even more moisture as we head into our Wednesday forecast before we clear up fast into Thursday. So in total, we're going to see some pretty impressive rainfall totals here in the Bay Area. And we'll keep you updated on that in just a little bit. I'll talk more about what the rest of this week's going to look like. But for now, back to you.
That will do it. Seattle reigns above them all in the NFL. The Seahawks, Super Bowl champions for the second time.
All right, Super Bowl 60 at Levi Stadium now in the books. The Seattle Seahawks cruising to a 29-13 win over the Patriots. The travel rush is kicking off at Bay Area airports. Everybody leaving. Airlines rolled out special flights and nonstop routes to get people to and from the biggest sporting event in the country. And today, fans, players, and celebrities all heading home. Many of our guests singing the praises of the host cities, San Francisco, San Jose, and Oakland.
We enjoyed the whole Bay. We got on scooters and spent the whole day Saturday on scooters. Did 22 miles, father, daughter.
It was so clean. We were extremely impressed with San Francisco downtown, the cleanliness. I was impressed with the Super Bowl yesterday. Just really felt like it honored God and America really well, which you don't hear often on the news. I felt like the whole experience was phenomenal.
And check this out. Flight Radar 27 says 5 of the Bay Area's airports saw a more than 1,100% increase in private jet departures in the hours right after the Super Bowl compared to the previous Sunday. That was for SFO, San Jose, Oakland, Livermore, and Hayward executive airports. It was a bit tough for 49ers fans who watched a divisional rival win it all in their home stadium. But many still enjoyed the experience alongside Seahawks and Patriots fans. One thing visitors and legends are taking back home is a bit more love for the Niners and the Bay Area.
So winning the Super Bowl on their field really feels good. It just lets you know how great the 49ers organization is and that they are a mark that we want to get to and eventually take over. So it's going to be a sweet feeling.
Seattle and San Francisco are like siblings. Like, we've had so much fun being down here.
And the sibling rivalry is real. While San Francisco might be farther than many people from out of town thought. The NFL brought the city to Santa Clara. Cable cars, botanical gardens, all in the Levi Stadium parking lot, which was transformed into a big old party zone. Puerto Rican superstar Bad Bunny turned the Super Bowl halftime show into a full-blown dance party. The show is the most watched halftime performance of all time, with more than 135 million viewers. Yeah, he turned the 50-yard line into a sugarcane field during the halftime show. Brought out Lady Gaga and Ricky Martin as special guests. And to end his set, he said, "God bless America," and shouted out every country across the Americas, marching with all of their flags.
Los declaro marido y mujer. Puedes besar a la novia.
So cute. That was a real wedding that happened during Bad Bunny's halftime performance. He served as a witness to the couple. They have not been identified. It all started when the couple invited Bad Bunny to their wedding, and instead he invited them to be a part of the historic halftime show. The pastor who officiated is from Sacramento. So with Super Bowl wrapped up, it was time for the official handoff to the next host city. It's not going far, just Los Angeles. This morning, the NFL commissioner thanked the Bay Area Host Committee and welcomed the LA Sports and Entertainment Commission team. And the NFL just dropped the official logo for the next Super Bowl. Fittingly, it has a wave design. Super Bowl 61 set for Valentine's Day, February 14th, 2027 at SoFi Stadium, home of the Rams and the Chargers. All right, back to that breaking news we told you about at the top of the hour. This is in San Francisco. A cable car jumped the tracks. This is at Hyde Street and Broadway. This video from Citizen app shows emergency crews responding. San Francisco Fire just confirmed that 4 people are being checked out right now. Good news is that it looks like they all have minor injuries. This happened on the Powell-Hyde cable car line. No word on exactly what went wrong. We'll be hearing more on that throughout the day. Again, a cable car jumping the tracks within the past hour. 4 people with minor injuries. We're going to keep you posted on that one this afternoon. Still ahead here at noon and streaming on CBS News Bay Area. Look at our top stories, including the search for journalist Savannah Guthrie's mother and a deadline today. Plus, job cuts starting today at a Solano County brewery. What's next for hundreds of Anheuser-Busch workers? We'll be right back. All right, a look now at some of our news headlines. First, in San Jose, police investigating a shooting that happened downtown early Sunday morning. This was near North Market and West Santa Clara Streets. 5 adults had gunshot wounds and were rushed to the hospital. They are all expected to survive. Investigators believe this was an isolated incident, they say, but it happened just one day after 2 people died in a separate shooting just blocks away. Hybrid classes started today at Archbishop Reardon High School in San Francisco because of a tuberculosis outbreak. 3 active cases of TB on campus means that students who test negative can return to school, and the rest are logging on for class. Classes will be hybrid until February 20th to complete testing. Students and staff who have not taken the TB test nor tested negative are barred from campus. In the East Bay, leaders in Oakland say they're going to hold off on Sunday parking fines, at least for now. They haven't given a specific reason, but until mid-April, if you skip paying a Sunday meter, you'll get a warning notice instead of a ticket. City leaders say that Sunday metering is meant to free up parking spots for local businesses, but it's getting mixed reviews. And to Solano County, hundreds of Anheuser-Busch workers in Fairfield are losing their jobs as the company shuts down its Bay Area brewery. Job cuts begin today and will continue through February 22nd, with more than 200 positions eliminated at the plant in Fairfield. That closure, part of a broader restructuring that also includes a shutdown in New Hampshire and the sale of a New Jersey brewery. Company officials say the layoffs are permanent, but workers can apply to transfer to other facilities or take severance. We are now in week 2 in the search for Today Show host Savannah Guthrie's mother, Nancy. Over the weekend, Savannah and her siblings released another video saying they will pay ransom.
This is the only way we will have peace. This is very valuable to us, and we will pay.
Reports say that ransom notes to the family cite a deadline today by which the Guthries have to send money. On Capitol Hill, congressional lawmakers have just days to pass a funding package for the Department of Homeland Security. Democrats say they will not back more funding for the Department of Homeland Security without ice reforms. All right, back to our first alert weather. Taking another live look outside this Monday. You know, little cloudy after such an exciting weekend. Some people have hangovers today. It's kind of a chill day around the bay.
It is a chill day, exactly. And then tomorrow's the rainy day where suddenly it's a good excuse just to, stay inside, do some of those indoor activities, read the book that you've been wanting to do. Of course, the dogs are probably going to be wet, taking them to the park. But reality is we do have some rain right around the corner, and I want to dive into that. Starting off today, we have dry conditions. The last day to prepare before some rain starts rolling in from offshore. We woke up this morning to some chilly conditions, 50s in the forecast, widespread throughout the bay with some 40s trickled in there too. But now our daytime highs are warming up into the 60s, anywhere from San Francisco across the Bay Bridge over in Oakland. We have some upper 60s over into the East Bay, upper 60s up into wine country this afternoon with low 60s along the peninsula, anywhere from Redwood City up along the mountains and back down into places like Half Moon Bay. We talked about this earlier, but I want to dive a little bit more into it. It's not only the Bay Area that's dealing with wetter than normal conditions throughout the next 6 to 10 days. It's pretty much the whole West Coast, from Seattle all the way down into places like San Diego and everywhere in between. The next 6 to 10 days are forecasted to be well above average when it comes to rainfall totals. So let's time this out for us here locally as early as 11 a.m. tomorrow. That's when we get that first batch of light showers in the forecast. It starts to ramp up more tomorrow evening. We could see some moderate pockets of rain, even some heavy pockets of rain at time. Localized flooding could be possible too. But as we head into the overnight hours, notice how spotty it is. The center of the area of low pressure is moving its way through the Bay Area as we head into Wednesday. So we'll see gustier winds, and winds will be changing directions into Wednesday too. To add to that, we could also gear up for a chance of localized flooding and heavy downpours at times. Livermore, Morgan Hill, all the way over into Ben Lomond, expecting anywhere up to around an inch of rain just within that short period of time. So let's take a look at the next 7 days, because that leads us up until Wednesday. We actually dry up by Thursday and Friday, leaving us with some foggy conditions for Friday morning, clearing up a little bit more into the afternoon. Saturday and Sunday, that's the next chance of showers that we have here in the Bay Area. And we'll keep you updated on that here in the Weather Center. For now, back to you.
All right, thank you, Jess. Coming up, where the hits or misses. We're taking a look at some of the Super Bowl commercials with Bay Area ties. In between the big plays at the Super Bowl Levi Stadium, a lot of fans' homes were in it for the commercials.
Sorry, folks, we're stuck. Tour is over.
It's over?
You might have noticed this Oikos commercial. It was shot in San Francisco and features the iconic cable car.
I'm just a guy, but when I use my Bosch appliances, I feel like more than just a guy.
Guy Fieri, unrecognizable, giving up his signature bleach blonde spikes to become just a guy in a commercial for Bosch. And Pepsi making some waves for featuring the iconic Coca-Cola polar bear. The bear even recreated that viral Coldplay concert kiss cam moment. Cringe. And T-Mobile surprising fans with a nostalgic mini Backstreet Boys concert. And by the way, you can catch the iconic boy band at this year's Bottle Rock Fest in Wine Country. Still ahead here on CBS News Bay Area challenge we might not think about for Olympic athletes missing their pets. How some are getting their fix away from home. At the Winter Olympics in Italy, snow-loving pets on the sidelines are tugging at some athletes' heartstrings. As Olympians focus on the competition, a lot of them say that leaving their dogs behind is the toughest part of being on the road. California snowboarder Haley Langland says seeing the pups enjoy the snow makes her miss her own dog, Chili, even more.
She actually had her first time in the snow last month, and she loved the snow. She's usually a beach SoCal dog, so yeah, I wish she was here with us.
Well, pets are not allowed in the Olympic Village or at competition sites. Some athletes are arranging for their dogs to stay in nearby towns so they can squeeze in a quick cuddle when time allows. I get it. Everything's better with your pets. Hi, Sandy. I miss you. That is it for the afternoon edition. Remember, we are streaming 24/7 on the free CBS News app. And in the meantime, you can find that by going live and then choosing Bay Area on the CBS News app. Have a great Monday afternoon.